Good morning from day 41 on the Camino. We are leaving this place called Palace de Rey, I think, which is a strange little place. You know, usually you see a lot of medieval stuff on the Camino and an old town and that. This just seems to be a town on a hill that's grown up around the Camino, I think. Lots of tourist shops for all the souvenir hunters, which we're not used to seeing. But then a lot of bars with locals in that didn't seem that welcoming. Very weird. Anyway, we're off to look at some other places today. We're going through the medieval Melide and carried on past there to do 16.5 miles or something like that today. We have escaped the weather gods the last 2 days, and today it's just forecast to be cloudy, so hopefully we'll have a dry day. We've got the ponchos just in case. Anyway, buen camino. Hello from end of day 41, I think, on the Camino. We are in a place called, I don't know, check the video title, it'll tell you where we are. Because all the places do merge into one. Honestly, I was having a chat to Larry, our friend that we met today, who's from Australia, who we met as we were leaving Leon, and he just said, do you remember this? Do you know that? Have you seen that albergue? Have you done that hill? And I'm like, no, I can't remember any of it. I obviously can remember all the hills and I can remember the paths we've been on, but not where they are, because you go through like over 140 places or something ridiculous. Like today on its own, we've been through 10, I think, different places today. And when I say go through them, the path just kind of takes you through the middle of the village, and sometimes you stop for a drink, sometimes you might look at the church, but quite often you just go through them. So yeah, it's very difficult to remember where you are, but I tell you where we are definitely 2 days before we get to Santiago. So we have 14 and a bit tomorrow, and then 11 and a bit on Tuesday, and that's when we finish the Camino Frances. So that's the one that we're doing at the minute, and that means we can go to the Camino office and get our Compostela, which is your certificate to say you've done it all. So we're going to have to sort that out. I'm also quite excited because in the cathedral at Santiago they have a big thing I will take a picture of it and show it you at the time. But basically it's a big incense lantern, so if you're Catholic you'll know what I'm talking about. On a Sunday Mass you will have incense kind of wafted around in Mass, and they have this massive one that kind of 5 people have to move, and it swings the length of the cathedral. Apparently it's very impressive, and we found out that we get there on Tuesday, and on Wednesday morning at 9:30 and at 12 o'clock Mass they're swinging the thing out. So I'm really pleased to have heard about that so that I can go to it. I imagine that the cathedral's going to be absolutely smashed, so we'll try and get to the 9:30 one. Also, my pal Jamila and Brian, they finished today. We met on the first day and they finished in Santiago, so we're hoping to meet up with them for dinner on Tuesday, which would be super nice, to catch up with them before they go home. We kept trying to meet in the villages or the towns on the way along, but our paths didn't cross since day 4, I think. But we're Facebook friends now, so I've been following their journey and she's been following mine, so that'd be amazing. And I'm starting to think about going home now. So after we get to Santiago, we've only got 5 days left, after the 5 days that we do to the sea in Finisterre, which is where I'm going to probably throw my stone into the sea there. I think that's the traditional pagan end of the pilgrimage. And Larry was telling me today there's lots of ley lines apparently on the Camino, but not just one of them, because there in the line of the Camino is like wobbly, so don't know what that's about. But anyway, I'm going to go all the way to the end, to the sea, throw my stone into the sea when I get there, and then we're going up to, I say it's Muxia, but it's probably not pronounced like that, Muxia, Musha I think it's probably pronounced. But anyway, that's where we're stopping. That last day is 17.5 miles, which is the longest day we've got left, right to the end. And my dad reckons we'll be skipping the whole thing, so we won't mind. It's 17.5 miles. I noticed a hill on the path, so I don't think that's quite accurate, if I'm honest. And then we go from there back to Santiago and then get a bus to Porto and have 2 nights in Porto and fly home, God willing, subject to air traffic control and delays. Hopefully I'll be home on the Friday. So it really is countdown time now, just like literally a week and a half till I go home. And I think I've been reflecting on why I came, what I've learned, and what I'm going to take back with me. And Larry said today, interestingly, people say that you get changed on the Camino, and he says that's nonsense. You don't change on the Camino, but it does help you refocus and reprioritise things. I think that's right. It took me such a long time when I got here, to decompress from being a mum, a wife, a boss, a friend, all those jobs that I keep juggling all the time. And I came here, and all you have to do here is get up, get dressed, walk, eat, walk, shower, wash your clothes, eat, go to bed. That's it. No one else to do anything for, no one else to think about. I mean, obviously I'm with my dad, so you know, what time should we have tea and things like that, but generally just suit yourself all the time. And it's such a change from like real life, that it does give you that space to think about what is life for and what do I want it to be like. So I'm super excited to take back from here some of the things that I have realised. One of them is I'm not getting any younger, and I do definitely think doing this in your middle age I am, to let you evaluate what you want the rest of your path to be like, is such a blessed thing to do. I feel very blessed to have been able to do it, and to be able to set some new priorities around what's important. And at the end of the day, money's not important, stuff's not important. I've needed some money to do this, obviously, but not huge amounts of money, you know, not silly money. I think what's important is just being present, and that's what I'm hoping to bring back. I've learned to be present on the paths. I have to, because I fall over if I don't. I've learned to notice the birds, notice the butterflies, see the insects on the floor and just notice things, and I hope to take that back. I do also hope that I won't be too overwhelmed because things are pretty slow here on the Camino, pretty relaxed, pretty manana. The other thing about being here is that we've spent most of it in Spain, in bits of Spain you would never come to see if it wasn't for the Camino. You'd never find yourself in these rural villages. You'd never learn to have to speak Spanish in my kind of half attempts at doing it, but I can usually get what I want and make myself understood and not feel bad if I don't understand and try and guess, and we work it out between me and whoever the Spanish speaking person is. Things that I would never have been able to get a grip of on holiday, where the places you normally go, where people speak English everywhere. People you meet here, despite the amount of tourists, Camino tourists that come through, don't speak any English or / won't, and I don't blame them. And it's cemented for me, I think, that I can still see a future in Spain. When we went to look in Spain last year to find somewhere to live, we just didn't like it where we looked, and it's helped me just think about moving completely away from the tourist areas and exploring other bits of Spain, to see where we'd like to have a holiday home or eventually retire to. So yeah, that's what I've learned so far. Anyway, I'm off to bed, watch some telly and hopefully get up relatively early in the morning. We've only got the 14 miles to do, so we don't need to set off till maybe 7 o'clock, which means it's a lie until 6:30. And then we will crack on with our penultimate day on the Camino Frances. Anyway, buen camino, see you tomorrow.